Hello, people! For those who are in the FNF fandom and or aware of Friday Night Funkin' as a whole, I'm going to provide you a simple timeline. A very simple timeline. So, yada yada yada, game was made for a Ludum Dare Game Jam in 2020, got bigger in 2021, at the release of Week 6, in which the source code was available, and bada bing, bada boom. Let me stinking prove to you what happens. So, after that Ludum Dare Game Jam, something big happened. Something very big happened. Mods. So, you may be questioning, what type of mods? What type of mods? OCs. OCs, that's as simple as it is. It's just OCs. Technically not fully OCs. We did have IP-based, it didn't grow as big. Kinda sucks. We did understand, though, that we were at our beginnings, and we were growing rapidly. Rapidly from the beginning to the end of 2021. In fact, you look at 2021's list here, and it's like, oh yes, we did grow. But this is also where the transitional period from where we are. But I should probably address, what am I talking about? A timeline. Eras. 2021 was the formation era. We made our stage. We formed exactly what we wanted to in the mod. What we wanted was specifically provided. And I'm happy that these changes and all this cool stuff was done. But Formation Era basically shows its age a bunch of the time. A good few of these mods still have their age intact, meaning they were made simpler and not with the issues of some simpler mods. But we move into 2022. More drama, but bigger mods, and more quality. Not fully, but we were getting there. The growth era. That's what it was. Truly was a growth era. We made bigger strides. And I'm happy for us. If we didn't make those strides, we wouldn't have gotten to where we are now in 2024. But these bigger strides are important, and always should be addressed. As we move on from growing and then having more drama, the drama would lessen by 2023, where we would refine our craft. Any music that wasn't properly good enough was redone, and any new ideas that were being introduced already right out the gate, quality. Nothing was missing. If it wasn't quality, I don't think we would have had it. But it very much shows the major differences throughout age. So, formation. We created the scene, we tried to improve it and grow it, but we also started at the end having drama. Growth. More drama than any other year. Bigger mods were king. And we just... it was basically kicking everybody out that deserved a kick in the pants. Some of them didn't. That was our fault. In a future video, there will be one specified person that did not happen in 2022, 2023, but I am not going to speak on that now. That is for its own video. And 2023, we redid content that wasn't good enough. We did new content that was well in its own way perfect. And any other stragglers? Gone. Some people were allowed to return. The whole shebang was going great. But you know what's the issue? towards 2024, you're finally fully starting to get bored of not having base game. I'm so happy base game returned. But there's also something else. Something bigger. Despite all these mods so far, and more to come that should be on this page, I know for sure there's going to be more on this page. If they don't include versus FNAF 3 and some of the more recent mods, obviously, it's going to be a bit hard for me to say, this list is accurate. But there's someone on Twitter that just recently not joined the community officially, but has more or less become accepting of engaging in this community. This, my friends, is Fiznum. Now, there is unfortunately some added context I must provide for you. Fiznum previously had his Fanverse Initiative game, FNAF Plus, cancelled for reasons very justifiable. However, he is very much taken from that since, understanding what he did wrong to heart. And this year, when Base Game's update released, he gave it a shot again. In fact, played all the way through it, no jump straight to week 7. And he also decided he'd play after he played Base Game. He didn't play the remixes fully anyways, but he'd play the hit new song that everybody was talking about, and he found it interesting, and so he was like, okay, recommend me mods. He did 3, shorter than the usual we would recommend, but he's seeing the value in them. I will say, someone else who has done something is Fiznum. Oh wait, this is the proper thumbnail, just in case you wanted to see. It's a very good thumbnail. Obviously, it's the very obvious collage thumbnail style, but it's great. So, what would this make this era? If we see someone who usually doesn't engage, this would be the connection era. Silly Billy was helping it. Another thing was too. But we need more. I've got to admit. We need to differentiate this year. We need a connection era. Fiznum has officially stepped his toes into playing mods and experiencing them. Penkaru has outstretched his hand to be as nice as possible, considering very much Penkaru is the homie of this community as far as we're concerned. So, to have him outstretch his hand is the proper nature. That is why I consider the connection era important. We need to start doing this. We need to start outreaching more, getting more people interested. Base game is where everyone starts, no exceptions. That is one thing that I am very certain of, is base game has no exceptions. You must play precisely base game before you try and delve yourself into the 4F everything else. If you see everything else on your timeline, cool! That's nice! However, if you haven't played base game, I don't understand what you're doing. I will say, though, one little thing. A certain mod featuring lyrics as this entire agenda, as the cool thing, Fiznum was gonna play it. Not gonna name the person. Get over it. That's about it. Get over it. Easy explanation as to why. Penkaru. You could literally, if you choose to, hate on Penkaru now because, oh no, he's following a person you don't follow. In fact, you both have each other mutually blocked. You see my point here? How stupid that is? That is an antithesis to the connection era. And you can see when I was talking about, oh, that's not the proper thumbnail, this is the proper thumbnail. Because of that certain instance, plans changed. Funkcast was going to be on there anyways because, funny enough, he got noticed, and he asked him, should I react? And yes, we said we wanted him to, and I'm happy he did. See, this is what I like. The connection era, you get this sort of growth. Like, he's building his connection in his own unique way. We don't have to stinking deal with the consistent connect. It's like, no, you must have this connect. No, it's purely his own. Because his experiences with the previous community, it's his choice the way he handles it. He realized what he did wrong in the last one, and now that things have changed, and it's been a while past, he understands how he should change, how he should approach. Especially since this is his first time approaching a new community in a while. It's like, oh, he hasn't been around the block. This is him being around the block now. Now he has a set of different expectations, meaning he has to fully understand and actually be like, okay, I have to take this slow. Like, I'm choosing him as the focus because you could literally look at anything else and it's like, the only things on their timeline are like Garn47 and hit single, such as Silly Billy, with the song Silly Billy. Some people get Funkadelics on their timeline. Very small. Very, very small timeline. Basically, it's like they kind of don't have it on their timeline. It's base game, and then a few mods that actually stinking blow up beyond the normal proportions. Yeah, that's why I'm talking about him. I want that elsewhere. I want more of that. I want what he's doing elsewhere. We need this. I'm getting more people on my YouTube timeline. That's pretty crazy. In fact, I love the expansion on my YouTube timeline. It helps me sort of like engage with them, help them understand. Sometimes I'm a bit of a loony, but I try my best. I try my best. That's why I'm calling it the connection error, and that's my major gripe. My major gripe is with the lyrics mod. The lyrics mod, the situation with that is my major gripe. That is an antithesis as to what I'm planning on. So, biggest plans. First of all, anybody you haven't reached out to yet about this game, about Friday Night Funkin', do so. If they don't like it, fine. That's them. They don't have to. If they like it, and they've actually played through it all, you know, give them a bit more. Give them something else. Add a little on their plate. Now, personally, I'm planning on straight up giving a sort of, as you'll see in this video's description, I am going to post the Discord link in the video's description on top of just doing, like, you know, the other cool stuff. But, yeah. Add on top of that. Give them a little more spice. And you can keep spicing them up. And if they like the spice that you give them at first hand after the base game, then they can keep eating that spice and it becomes a cool thing for them. Literally, just kind of outstretch that hand, similar to Penkaru has been for Fiznom. This is the best course of action. And if some people are like, why are you talking about Fiznom? Shut up. It's purely about FNF. He just so happens to be a part of my ideal view of how the connection era should happen. That one issue with the lyrics mod, that unfortunately sets a precedent. Basically, some other mods can straight up just, if all of a sudden you're in a position where basically you're shunned, except you still have a decent group of people that you still do stuff, all of a sudden, because you're a nice goody two-shoes, you could literally have the people who are being feisty about it stinking say, I don't want you playing my mod, and it's straight up just gonna be a massive problem. Please don't let that happen. Seriously, don't. Do not let that happen. We want this to be the connection era. Create those connections, build them, make those bridges. Make FNF not just base game, mods transcend the usual spaces. We want to see this. We have good mods. We have good stuff. We just need to grow it. Yeah, that's about it for the video. I have a bit of a rambling session in my brain. There will be one more video. I could do more video essays if you want more, but there will definitely be one video happening, I believe, on October 28th that I have planned completely. It will be about something that happened a year ago. Let's just say, on the topic of us kicking people out of the community, we haven't taken this back. We haven't taken this back. It's something that we need to take back. I will personally state my honest thoughts about it. You can state your honest thoughts about it you can state your honest thoughts about this in the comments, and then with that video, you'll be able to state your honest thoughts in the comments or on Twitter, because I am willing to put my thoughts out there and get blasted no matter what. That will be the point where I'm like, blast me however you want. This is something I feel that we should take back and say, we were wrong. But you'll have to wait for that video when October 28th rolls around. So please, enjoy this video, like, subscribe, join the Discord link in the description and in the channel description, as well as, please, let 2024 be the connection era. Don't let it just be still part of the refinement era where all of a sudden we have a 2-year era. Let the refinement era be a 1-year era. Embrace trying your darndest to make this the connection era.